Alright, bit of a shorter intermission, but we are here, the third to last run of the marathon for the third time, Saria 100 with New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Saria, take it away.
Alright, hello everybody, I'm Saria, and this is New Super Mario Bros. Wii, any percent normal to 5, and I am joined here by Big Cheese and NM.
You.
So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so basically, what Sari is going to be doing is he's going to try to beat the game as fast as he can without going to World 5. Because that pretty much changes the route up quite a lot, and it's a pretty interesting category, and this will be pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, so essentially the route here is we're going to be playing up to World 3, and then Saria is going to take the World 3 cannon to go to World 6, and then World 6 has a cannon that will take you to World 8, and then you can beat the game from there.
And there are some pretty cool strats in this run, especially ones very late in the game. Like, there's this new one in Castle that just got discovered, yesterday, and I will be very glad to see if Saria goes for it this run.
So, do you guys want to talk about what I did before this run started?
Oh yeah, so there's in the overworld there are enemies, and in World 1 there's a Goomba that has 4 tiles he can walk on. What Saria did is he watched the cutscene in the beginning because you want the Goomba to be on the top left tile at the start, which you can see if he's there or not after watching the cutscene. And this will allow him to, be guaranteed to skip him later on in the world.
Yeah, and that can save up to, 20 seconds, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a very big time save. Which can make it rough to get runs going, because once you get to, a decently high level in the category, you kind of just need to keep looking at the Goomba until he's there.
Yeah.
Thankfully, there is a quicker way of checking it by using by hitting the A button to scroll over on the map. Although it does lose approximately 3 seconds, so there's a down inside there.
Yeah.
Alright, so normally in an any percent run, this is the level where we would be taking the secret exit, but in this run we are not allowed to go to World 5, so we will be continuing on with the world. And there are some Hammer Bros at the end of this level that are very RNG, and we'll see how he deals with them, because there are a few different ways you can. Looks like he's just going for it. Very
Nice.
ballsy, and it paid off.
Took a little rescue with those hammers there.
Yeah, so that guy that jumped up there can jump down, and I'm pretty sure that I was barely fast enough that if I crouched I could have gone under him, but it's still extremely scary.
Yeah, so the propeller power-up that Saria has right now is kind of OP, and you really do not want to lose it, so the goal for pretty much the entirety of this run is you want to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, you don't lose it on purpose until the last world of the game, where it's faster to damage boost through some parts of the level. But here we will be going to the Star House so that we can skip some some Ice Bros in World 3 that, yeah, they lose a lot of time to run into. And if you equip a star on the overworld, you can just run right through them.
Yeah, it is possible to skip them without the star, but it's like a 1 in 12 chance around 20 minutes into the run, so we don't really want that.
Yeah.
Alright, the first tower level. So every tower level in this game is a vertical level, so these types of levels you do not want to lose prop for. So it's good that Saria was able to keep his prop in 1-3.
Some pretty fast movement here by our good old friend Saria.
Yeah, oh, nice block there.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, that was about good. I could have done the ending maybe a little bit faster, but all things considered, that was a pretty solid run tower.
High 561 at that.
Come on.
The swag.
So yeah, this boss fight, not much to say about it. Just don't get hit.
True.
So yeah, that's the like I'd say that's like the first split for me at least. I mean, it's like where I consider the very beginning, and then after this is the rest of World 1. You're gonna notice I'm playing on Japanese. In this run, it actually does not save any time. But when I was checking for the Goomba beforehand, I save 1 frame every time I check him. So
Let's go. 1 frame.
and this game runs at 60 FPS, by the way, so that's like basically nothing. But you know what? I decided to get it anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, so right there's the Goomba we were talking about, and after 1-4, the Goomba will move to the top right position. So we don't have to worry about RNG. Oh, nice ground pound.
I tried to do a turnaround there and I accidentally.
Alright, so this is the first water level in the game. And it depends. It can be very fun or very annoying depending on how well it goes. Because there are a lot of goofy tricks in this, and a lot of mashing and stuff, and a lot of off-screen stuff.
Yeah, there's a spin here that Sarya's gonna go for in the ceiling. Let's see if he gets it.
He
No,
does not get
unfortunately
it.
missed it.
No.
So yeah, that's like I don't know the frame window for that, but it's really small and it's a motion.
Yeah, it's
input,
like-
so
I would
it's-
guess it's a 1 or 2 frame window with kind of inconsistent motion controls, so
Yeah, I don't
kind
think
of random.
I don't think it's frame perfect, but it's very tight. And when you have a tight spin like that with motion controls, it's not the easiest thing to do.
Just making our way through these sections, being able to blow past all the silly small fish.
Yeah.
Now we got these fish that chase you, but we can just jump over them because they're clowns.
Yeah, the
So,
fish
yeah.
are not very fast.
They're not very smart either.
Honestly, aside from that ground pound at the beginning, that was a decent run through.
That was pretty good.
Also,
So yeah.
a funny paratrooper there at the end when you can just run under him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Not
here's
doing his job very well.
the first instance of RNG in the run.
So by getting the Goomba at the beginning of the run into that corner, it guarantees that you can get past him, but it does not guarantee to get past him the fastest. And sorry, I had to move 2 extra times there, because Fred the Goomba would not cooperate.
Yeah, that guy can lose you like 20 seconds if you're really lucky. There I got. I'd say it's pretty decent.
I mean, theoretically, you could lose you infinite time and we could be stuck here forever.
Good
Yeah.
thing we had a lot of room for that in the estimate. But we did not
Yeah.
need that.
1-6 is a fairly basic level. There are some paratroopers that can be a little scary.
The hitboxes in this level are quite atrocious in my opinion, but it looks
Yes,
like we avoided
they are.
all of the bad ones.
They are pretty bad.
Yeah, that level definitely can be scary because, like they said, I just
The amount
pretty
of
tight
runs
jumps.
that I've lost to this level for something that was not my fault is astronomical.
Yes. Alright, so this next level, 1 castle, the first castle in the game. There are some parts of it that are cycle-based because there's some massive turning wheels.
But if you go above here and do some cool jumps, you can get a fast cycle where you can just barely slide in here, which Saria has got.
Yeah.
This is quite the
Alright.
good castle. We will be looking for somewhere around a 531 to 533 door entry with this.
Yeah. And then this swamp here, you can just duck under him. Getting the right place to
Everything
slide.
Everything
Oh,
past
no,
here is
no.
a little bit kind of just straightforward, like move on the moving forward gears.
So that's unfortunate.
It is all good. You still make the same cycle. I don't even think that loses time.
It might lose a little bit, but it's nothing, honestly.
No, I think it loses time. Oh, wait, no.
No, I got 532. Okay.
Still good.
They didn't mention this in one tower, but there's actually a certain way I want to open these doors. I don't want to just open them as soon as I can.
Yes. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
goal is to open them close to the middle, but not right in the middle. Because if you open it fully on the left or right of it, it'll have a slow animation of Mario walking, but if you do it like kind of in between the middle and the side, sort of, you can get him to walk straight with moving as little as possible. And that is what Saria will be going for in all the tower and castle doors.
Alright, so now I have Larry again, but now there's moving platforms, so it is very intimidating. He might hurt you.
But we are very.
Oh.
Oh no,
Oh,
the key is not grabbed.
I have
That
never
key
made
got
that
a
mistake
little too much
actually.
freedom.
Yeah, so you can just
Inventing new mistakes out here. That deserves
So-
a follow, in my opinion.
So you can just spin up and grab that key, but the reason Saria did that wall jump is because when Mario's running to the right when that door opens, he runs very slowly. So we want to try to get him as close to the right as possible.
Yeah. Honestly, for World 1, there was some pretty dumb mistakes, but I'm pretty happy about that. I
That
could have
went
gotten hit.
quite well.
Yeah, so that's World 1. That's a lot of people can get, like, it's very easy to get jailed there when you're doing attempts because, you know, you make a small mistake and you're like, I want to reset, and then you start playing bad and then you get hit and then it's like, oh man, and then you gotta keep doing that again and again. But I didn't get hit and
then sometimes you also have to wait like several minutes to get the Goomba ones, and it can get very irritating.
so World 2 here.
Now we're in the desert. It's pretty hot out here, and Saria will be trying to go fast. Because that is what we're doing today.
So yeah, this is like the first world that you don't see in any percent. So if you've only played any percent, then welcome to World 2.
So 2-1's a pretty straightforward level. There is a jump here that you can do, where you can jump between the piranhas. I don't think Saria's gonna go for it. No, he's just gonna spin above them.
It is called the gamer jump, but it is
it's
very tight and
it only
not
stays
really
around
worth.
Yeah, it only stays around a second, and if you get hit, you can just lose your whole run. So it is fairly risky to go for.
And then
Yeah,
you're
luckily-
sad, and you have to go back to Fred, the Goomba man.
Yeah, luckily there is a backup in this tower level that we're gonna be coming up on, but I really don't like playing 2-3 without propellers, so I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Also,
so
as you can see on the world map, there is a mushroom house there where, if you want to play safe, you can get a few propellers from there as backups.
As
Yeah, if
well
I get
as a
hit-
mini mushroom, because there is a later level that is very hard to do with propeller, but you can also do it with mini. But we are choosing to go faster. And 2-3. This is 2-3. It's the first like dark level of the run, and there will be a lot of fire-breathing piranha plant things, and they're scary. But
And there's a little
There's
star
some-
in this corner which will light up the whole room. So if
It is
you're
pretty
afraid of the
nice.
dark, just be a star.
that is the strat. You have no fear. The star is here.
Okay, so something interesting about that block, if you run out of your star before you hit it, you will not get another star from it. So if you're slow, then you're going to lose a lot of time in the ending here.
Yeah.
And
I
overall,
was a little-
pretty good. Okay, and what he did there, that is called a pipe kick, and it helps you get to full speed as soon as you can, because wall kicks give you some pretty nice momentum. And you'll be
Yeah.
seeing probably a few more of those throughout the course of the run.
Yeah, or you could have a skill shoe such as me and just jump on top of the pipe.
That
Yeah,
has
so I-
happened a handful of times to probably everyone. The goofy pipe kicks.
2 Tower is a decently difficult level to do quickly. It's very easy to slightly mess up and lose a lot of time. Due to
It
the
is also
rhythm.
very fun though. And sorry, making it through there without getting hit, pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about earlier, where if you enter a door too early, Mario just walk to the side. A lot of people intentionally enter that door like that to avoid the dragon. It is a little
Getting-
risky.
We call it an IL versus RTA door, because
So
getting
that
the
was-
doors at the very sides are good for ILs,
Yeah.
for individual
Uh,
level speedruns.
For the
So
strategies I go for, that was basically a perfect tower.
That was a really good tower.
yeah,
You can get
so,
570 there, but I played it safe.
Yeah, speaking of that, something we didn't mention, the clock at the top right, that's the in-game time clock.
So yeah, whenever you hear us talking about a specific IGT, we are referring to the timer at the top right.
Yeah, the IGT is generally a good metric of
How
knowing whether
well
or
the
not the
level
level went well.
Yeah. There
Yeah,
are a few
so-
outside factors that can affect that, but overall, that is how you can tell if a run's going well.
Alright, now this next level is very windy, but it is also cycle based. If you go very quickly, you can make an early cycle, which saves around 8 seconds over the normal cycle.
It is pretty tight though, so we will have to wait and see if Zarya gets it. It's a little bit spooky.
And this is also our
Uh,
first secret exit in the game.
Yes, this secret exit does not actually give you a cannon, and if it did, it would have also brought you to World 5, which is a little bit weird. But this one actually lets you skip one whole level, which is a little bit goofy, but it helps a lot in the speedrun.
Holy W, one level.
One
level
whole
and
level.
some really annoying enemies on the level.
And there is
I
a
believe-
split path for those two levels, but they're both kind of annoying, so it's kind of nice we don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I believe Zarya is on pace to hit the fast cycle. Oh yeah, easily.
Easy fast cycle. Can we
One
get
will-
an
over there.
easy clap in the chat?
So yeah, that cycle is pretty hard. I'm actually pretty bad at it, so the fact that I got there makes me feel really good. I was missing it a lot in practice earlier, so...
Yes, that cycle is very satisfying to hit, and failing it is not cool because you just have to stand there and you are very sad.
Yeah. So now we're coming up on the first auto-scroller. There's not much to say about this level, other than the fact that I'm gonna try... I really don't want to get hit, because if I get hit here, it's pretty bad, and sometimes I can get really bored. I feel like this has happened to everybody, where they just get so bored of the auto-scroller that they start doing dumb stuff and then get hit or die.
Alright, so this is 2- Castle, or my preferred name, 2- Nap Time.
Alright, now for this
That's a
level,
good name.
not only is it auto-scroller, but there's also certain paths you have to take, so there will be 3 sections where the path will split into sections of 3. If you take the wrong path, then you will have to redo it, and it'll lose around 30-ish seconds. I think it depends on which one you miss.
Yeah, 30 to 45 seconds, and
So, here, as our friend Diamond Crafter A has said to NM, you have to take the middle path, but sorry, is taking the top path.
because
Oh,
Zarya
yeah.
actually knows how you're supposed to do it, and I was just a young lad being misled by a more experienced runner.
So yeah, there's really not much to say. One small thing I can mention I've been doing is that after every castle and tower, and later cannon, I hit don't save, and that's a little bit faster than saving the game.
Yeah. Fun fact, even though it says save and don't save as the buttons, you don't have to scroll over to don't save, you can just hit the one button instead of the two, and it immediately cancels the save prompt.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing. I would not like it if I had to scroll over every time.
Yeah, I am not the best menuer, so I am very grateful that the developers have blessed this upon us.
I agree.
Yeah, there's not really much to say about this level. The door's coming up, and it is very easy to lose a bit of time trying to enter it, like getting an aisle door or running too early and bonking on the wall.
But looks like
This is-
Zarya has the setup down, and he gets it as a 470. That's the best you can get.
Yeah, 470
That's
RTA door there is basically optimal. I could have entered the door a little bit faster, but I don't really care about that.
Now, Roy here has some RNG coming up. So basically, there's going to be some pipes here that he comes out of. And whether or not he comes out above you is a 1 in 5 chance, considering... I think there's 5 pipes. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's
I
5.
kind of just stand here and wait for him to show up.
Yeah, this is what most runners do. Yeah. He got 3rd try Roy. The worst he can get is 4th try, so it's not the worst, but it's
And that was
not
pretty
great.
fast for 3rd try. He was peeping up pretty fast, so not terrible, but could have been.
Oh yeah.
better.
Oh yeah, how fast he comes out of the pipes is also RNG, so this fight is just kind of stupid.
Yeah, even though there is only like 4 things of like, there's only 1st try, 2nd try, 3rd try, and 4th try. I'm pretty sure the actual RNG for like perfect is closer to like a 1 in 60.
That is pretty
Alright,
low.
so For being a marathon run, I'm very happy with how this has gone so far. There's still all of World 3, 6, and 8, which is pretty hard, but for early game, I'm pretty happy with how this went.
Yeah, this run is fairly good. Next is World 3, which is a ice world.
Yeah, so I personally think in No World 5, World 3 is the easiest. It's still not easy, there's still a lot that can go wrong, but compared to all the other worlds, I'd say it's the easiest.
Yeah, the levels in World 3 are pretty easy, although there is a trick coming up that can save 30 plus seconds.
Yeah.
It is
we'll
very
talk about that.
precise though, but we will talk about that when we get there.
Yes.
Yeah, for now, I'm doing 3-1.
This is kind of just a straightforward level that you're supposed to do with Penguin, but us cool speedrunners figured out how to do it with Propeller, and it's pretty cool. It doesn't even lose that much time.
Yeah, so this first section is more or less a run right level. So it's pretty straightforward, can't really lose much time unless you're a bum.
Yeah, and that actually can happen pretty easily if you make a mistake with how you jump. So
Yeah.
it is a run right level, but there's still always a chance that it's like you're like, oh, this is so easy, I'm just not gonna think about it, and then you get hit.
Yeah. Now this section, you're gonna notice that Sari is sliding down a bunch of slopes, but what you may not know is that he is holding neutral while sliding down the slopes, which has been found not to kind of recently, that if you hold neutral while sliding down the slope, you actually go a little faster.
Yeah,
And
This
that
only
applies to
happens
ice.
on specific slopes. Like, it only works on ice slopes.
Yeah, it is very effective on ice slopes.
Alright, so I didn't get hit there, and I didn't really make any mistakes, so that was a fine 3-1, I'd say. There were some small things, but I just don't want to get hit. That's my main goal of this run, is not to get hit.
Yeah, getting hit is really bad, especially in World 6.
There are a lot of levels that are very, very propeller heavy in World 6. I think, in fact, all of them lose at least, except for 6-5, which only lose a little bit, but almost all of them lose lots of significant amounts of time if you do not have the propeller suit.
Yeah. So this level is also fairly straightforward, although it is very easy to get hit on accident. Sorry, I'm playing a little safe there, sliding under the bullet bill.
Yeah, there's another strat you can do, but if I mess it up and I don't react to it well, I'll get hit, and as I said, that's the worst thing that can happen. Other than dying, I suppose, but yeah.
This run is on pace at the moment to beat the estimate by a large amount.
Yeah,
so
I
far
made the
this run
estimate
has been
safe.
pretty good.
I made the estimate safe because there's a lot that can go wrong.
Yeah, World 6 is kind of a big run killer, very easily.
This is definitely this is probably on a good 47 pace, right?
Oh yeah,
I'd say
100%. I mean, this is probably... Well, I can check my PB right now.
This
I
could
am 8 seconds behind my PB.
I'd say this could
Not bad.
tech-
So you're
I'd say
on
this-
46 pace, right? If you
Yeah,
play
this could
really
I
well.
technically-
guess,
46.
but I'm gonna be playing it really safe later on, so...
Alright.
Yeah, now
Here
here,
Here
we're
is
gonna
where we're
use
using the
and
star
kill
from World
dice.
1.
This guy's running
Oh.
away. That's orange.
If you kill-
It loses a little bit.
It only
Yeah.
loses a little bit because after beating Ghost House, you have to see like some cutscenes, and part of the cutscene is the Hammer Bros running around their square, so it doesn't lose that much, but it's a little bit goofy.
Yeah, now in this level there is a clip that you can do in an upcoming room, which is it used to be an auto scroller, but now you can essentially clip through the thing that you stand on, and you can save about 33 seconds, I think it is.
It
Yeah,
is
you save
very,
a
very
lot of
precise
time,
though,
but-
so do not
Yeah.
expect it to work, but if it does, that would be like very good.
Okay, that was a little weird.
Also, this is our first secret exit of a run that will take us to a new world. We will be taking the World 6 cannon, where we will be shipped off to the mountain world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say probably the hardest part of this run.
Yes, it is by far the hardest part of the run, and also the most costly if you get hit. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
You ran, sorry I ran pretty early there. So essentially what you do is you crouch under that wall, and then if you uncrouch, the game,
In a
you'll
2-frame
essentially,
window.
yeah, you essentially just get pushed through the platform.
So now I have to get this star, which can be a little scary because these guys are all camping the star block, and it's not the best thing ever.
Yeah. One nice thing about the clip is that it is very low risk of getting hit, and it does not lose time if you mess it up. Compared
Yeah,
to
there's
other
basically
ones
no risk. Only risk is if you are bad and... Oh, okay, that was a little scary.
Yeah, Saria was almost bad there, but he's fine.
Saria almost got hit about 300 times in that room, so he's pretty lucky that he still has his propeller.
Yeah. Alright, so I know earlier it said I'm gonna not save after every cannon and tower, but I'm gonna save after this one because if I get hit early on in 6-1, I can reset the game and try 6-1 with propeller again, which I think is better than trying to go back to like a toad house and get propeller.
Yeah,
I've never thought of that. That's actually pretty smart.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I've never thought of that either. Actually, I normally just go back to the World 1 Toad or the World 2 Toad House to get 2 props.
Yeah, I mean usually you'd reset if you got hit in 6-1. So.
Well,
it
yeah,
makes
but in a
sense.
race setting, I've never thought of that either.
Well,
I will
there's some
start
new
using that
information.
strategy. That is very smart. Can we all give Saria a round of applause in the strat for his absolute genius?
Alright, so yeah, I am... This is, like I said, that World 3, there's some slop, but most of the slop was from me playing it really safe and not wanting to get hit, so...
Yeah, so saving loses around 3 seconds, but in a race setting or marathon setting, it can be a very safe strategy to do.
Yeah, one unfortunate thing is that there's a proof call that people do at the end of the run where they check the Goomba on the overworld map. Unfortunately, saving the game does prevent you from doing that, but I'm not too concerned because I'm probably not going to PB, and even if I do, it's not that big of it's a marathon run.
Yeah, I mean the check isn't really like high priority unless you're at like a super top level anyway.
Yeah.
Like top 5 level or something like that, probably.
Okay, nice. Taking it safe.
Yeah, very wise. As Sari has mentioned earlier that he is having issues with spin delay.
The 6-1 is going pretty well so far, but there is a couple things at the end that are pretty precise, and it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see how they go.
Right here.
There's a star you can grab for safety, but I don't think Sari will be going for that.
No, actually, I'm not.
Looks like he got it. Oh, one more part though. I forgot about this. He's good.
All right, so
Yeah,
that was
very nice.
basically flawless for how safe I played it. That level, I think you guys agree is probably one of, if not the most scary level in the run.
I would say it is. Well, I'd say 6-6 is pretty scary, but
Yeah, 6-6 is scary, but getting hit in 6-6 is not nearly as bad as getting hit in 6-1.
Yeah.
it is if you're me and don't know what the heck to do.
Yeah. So here we go, 6-3. This is probably the second easiest level, but it's still pretty hard, especially if you mess up at the very beginning here. I think I messed up there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
I would say take the cycle. Just take the cycle.
Yeah, I would
odds.
say yeah. So this piranha here is cool.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I should have listened to you guys. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
so
to go
that
back to.
yeah. So because Sari got hit there, he's probably going to go back to the Toad House to get his propellers. And he can. And what's nice is he can also get a mini for the 6-6.
If he feels the need.
Yeah. So that was a really unfortunate mistake. I messed at the beginning, and instead of playing it safe, I played it risky.
Yeah. So fun fact: the cycles for those piranhas at the beginning are actually global. So even if you're still in the first room, they'll be in different spots, and you're pretty much screwed if you like bonk or anything.
The screws are yes if you mess up the first room. Pretty sad moment, but it is all good.
Yeah, it is a very unfortunate mistake. You lose a lot of time at the end of this level, along with losing around a minute to going back to the Toad House.
Yeah. So the good thing about the Toad House is that unfortunately I am losing a lot of time, but the good news is I'm gonna get an extra backup propeller and a mini mushroom. So
I believe
the rest
yeah.
of the run becomes a lot easier and safer.
Yeah, and the mini mushroom in 6-6 saves around 20 seconds over props, so overall it's only around 40 seconds lost.
Yeah, I have not actually practiced 6-6 mini, so I'm gonna have to. I mean, obviously pretty easy, but I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna hope that I don't do something really dumb.
I would say get both minis if you have the option.
Are there two
I
minis
probably
here?
will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is guaranteed 2 mini mushrooms. Alright,
And there's
so let's see
also a
what
1 in
pattern I
3
get.
chance of a star, which isn't the most useful at this point.
but could
Alright,
still
so
be used to
mini...
save time.
Fuck, so...
Saria is looking at a picture right now that displays all of the patterns, so
Yeah,
it's pretty
so-
cool that we have that so we can get all the stuff.
Yeah, so each world has their own unique pattern, and they have 6 of them. So the NSMEW community has a spreadsheet that basically, when you're in the Toad House, you can look at that, and when you
I'm
hit
just
certain,
gonna get this. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get the other one.
and when you hit certain tiles, you can it's pretty much a guide for the Toad House where every item is.
Yeah, so this is a pretty big detour, but it does make the rest of the run a lot more safe, which I'd say is honestly worth it.
Now, there's also a bullet bill after 6-3 here, which sorry, hopefully we'll not run into.
But yeah, I do have to avoid this. Alright, we're good.
Okay,
And he
cool.
did avoid it.
Time to go to 6 Tower. There is a fast cycle at the beginning of this level called Election Cycle.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, although I'm probably gonna miss it because it's pretty hard and it's also a little scary.
It does require some pretty precise spin drills where you don't actually spin drill and you just get to jump off the platform immediately.
Yeah, so he cannot make the cycle anymore, so he's just gonna go up to the side, up here, and wait for the thing to come back down.
Just kind of moving on up, that's pretty straightforward level. When you have propeller, just jump and spin on up through the whole level.
Yeah, this level was one of the biggest reasons that we want to keep propeller. You can lose a lot of time if you don't have propeller. But
There's
here
some
in the
hefty
one-
time loss if you are not good enough to keep the propeller this far.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's-
did lose about 20 in-game time, which is about 15-ish seconds, which is a decent amount, but considering all the stuff that could have gone wrong, I'm not too upset.
Yeah, this run is still very easily on pace to beat the estimate. Yeah. Also, fun fact about the Koopa-lings, each of them have different hitboxes, and the big boys, Roy and Morton, they have very big hitbox, or their hitboxes are very small, so you can hit them very early on.
Yeah, I play it safe.
Yeah, but if you're fighting ones such as Lemmy or Wendy, then you have to wait a while for them to pop up before you can hit them.
Larry is also pretty annoying if you're not spin drilling, because he can jump up and figure to, like, I guess the frames misalign, and he gets inside you before it, like, goes on top.
Alright, so I'm once again gonna save just as a very I'm just gonna say just in case. Like, it's very unlikely I'll need to save, but I do want to make sure that this run doesn't make any huge mistakes. So time for 6-5.
So 6-5, we have a big fish that we named Ted.
Yeah. So
Big
earlier we had
fatty
the cheat-
boy, pink man, over here.
Earlier we had in 1-4 we had the cheat sheets. Now we have the cheap chomp.
Cheap Chomp. So
He looks
there's
like
a
he's
strat-
been chomping down.
There's a strat back there that you can do where, sorry, wall jumped, where basically if you walk for a little while at the beginning of the level, it messes with the water cycle, so you can kind of do a jump on the little grabby thing. I don't know what to call it, the ledge.
And that
Oh,
was
that was-
basically as good as you can go.
That was absolutely
I'd say.
scary.
Yeah, I
That
did
is a
not
little
do that.
tight. But I'd say that was basically optimal, except for that one thing Big Cheese mentioned.
Yeah, I didn't even know you can
So-
make that jump from the block to the Koopa. I normally just wall jump.
So 6-6. I'm actually not going to use the propeller because I want to have an extra backup. Or I'm not going to equip a mini mushroom here, but if I do die or something happens, I will equip it. So I'm just going to use that as a backup. I want
Alright.
to have an extra propeller for World 8.
Yeah, so this level requires a lot of focus because things can go wrong very easily.
This might be the hardest level in this run.
Basically, this is a level where you're supposed to ride on a raft, and it's a dark level with a lot of scary fish, but you can skip it if you know exactly what you're trying to do. And I will not explain much more to give him some time to focus. All right, he's
That was
essentially done.
that was very nice.
Very fast.
Wait,
Oh, big scary.
Just don't get hit by the fireball, and we're
yeah,
good.
We're all
so
good,
I
we're
messed
all
up
good.
I meant that ending was really scuffed, but I was extremely afraid of getting hit, so now I have to get to this room without getting hit.
Yeah, so that first room is very scary for obvious reasons. It's a very dark level, and you cannot see the fish. So like most beginner runners use the mini mushroom route for this level, but once you get to a higher level, the propeller route stays around 20 seconds or
So
more.
yeah,
Depending
that was
on how
basically,
close to the level.
except for that ending part, that was actually basically perfect, actually.
Yeah, that was very, very clean until the ending.
Yeah, that
All
was
right,
me playing
now
it
we're
safe.
moving on into the lava world where we get to fight the big Bowser man himself. There are a lot of interesting strategies in this run, including damage boosting, possible glitches where you can skip parts of fights, and clipping out of bounds.
Yeah,
So,
I will really hope that Saria goes for the clipping out of bounds thing, because
I probably will, because I'm as long as World 8 doesn't go too bad, I should be safe to go for that.
have you gotten it before?
I've gotten the fireball part, but I haven't actually got the clip. But I know how to do it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
but yes.
I'll try. I'll probably try it, unless World 8 goes awful. But I don't think World 8 can go that bad, considering I'm on pace for probably can get a 48 and probably a 49 here.
It looks
I'm gonna
like
save once
Saria
again.
will be a mealer this run. Very cool.
I also still have a backup propeller from earlier. If I need to use that for something.
backup propeller is very useful. Now in this level, towards the end, we're going to do some damage boosting to get through the lava geysers quicker. And also another thing to keep in mind, the meteors that fall are RNG, and if you don't know how to avoid them very well, you can get very screwed over from them.
But for the most part, as long as you go very fast, you should not be bothered by them. And it looks like he made it through all the part that's the bad.
And now I have to do the
Yeah.
jump part.
This
If you
triple
do-
jump
if you
is
have-
pretty difficult for some newer runners, but it gets very consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you do
there's
have
still
to
a chance I
get there
mess it up.
early on, there is a fire flower you can grab as a backup to do the damage boosting.
Okay, so that was basically optimal, I'd say. I mean, there's obviously some parts I could have been a little bit faster, but for all things considered, I'd say that was pretty good.
Clean.
That was pretty good. I do think you could have entered the fight more in the middle, though, in my honest opinion.
Rip.
Well, sadly, in a marathon setting, no one cares about your honest opinion. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so now this is 8-2. This is the only level we're going to be doing entirely small.
No commentator hurting my feelings. I might have to go grab a meal to make myself feel better.
So
It was merely a joke. I apologize.
Yeah,
I'm playing this game.
Yeah, so 8-2 is probably the most scary level in World 8, in my opinion.
And probably the most technologically advanced without glitches.
Yeah. Now, on the rolling hills, you can do what are called crouch boosts, where essentially you can do a crouch jump to restore your speed. But that's more seen in the next room of the level.
Yeah.
Where
A lot of them are frame perfect, so it is hard to get them. But they do save quite a bit of time.
very nice star grab there.
Alright, into the secret exit. Now, this level secret exit, again, does not take us to a new world, but it in fact lets us skip doing almost all of World 8 and lets us play a secret level called 8-7, which is the Spine Coaster level, the favorite of a lot of people that have played this game.
Yes, it is a very fun one, and you can do quite some swag in it.
The Bone Coaster Crit, as
Coaster
Slasher
grip,
likes to
as
say.
we say.
As Slasher SR underscore in the chat would call it, the Bone Coaster Crip level.
Alright, so here we have 8-7, like they said. This is essentially an auto-scroller, but not, like, it's not your, what's the right word? It's not your typical auto-scroller
It's a
where the
gameplay
screen
auto-scroller.
scrolls. Yeah, we sit here and wait.
If you do feel the
Yeah.
need, you could just run off and jump to the death. And the game allows you to do that, but I don't think Saria is going to be aiming to do that here. I can check again, but that doesn't sound very good for a speedrun.
No, it's not. I'm playing
There's
this level pretty
no,
safe.
there's a strat Sorry may be doing here called a muffin triple. I don't know if he is going to attempt this.
I'll probably try it, but I'm not going to be playing it too safe or too like fast.
It doesn't really save or lose that much to go for it or miss it, so it's a little bit irrelevant, but it's pretty cool, and he got it! Very cool. Nice 0.4 seconds.
There's a strat here that Sorry is unfortunately not doing, discovered by the any percent world record holder Sharp Runs, where if you don't grab the power up, you get in the pipe faster, but unfortunately this does not save time.
Is therefore not a strat.
It doesn't have to save time to be a strat. Oh my god, oh, okay. That was...
Okay, so that almost was catastrophic there. I ground pounded really bad, but dying there would have lost a lot of time. But you know what? I'm not dead, so I'm not gonna complain about it.
Very good.
Yeah, so this is a pretty fun level, but also like, you know, a scroller, so it can get old at some time.
Yeah, so like this is just me sitting here trying not to die and get hit.
There's a coaster up top that you can jump to for swag, but I do not think it would be wise to attempt it here. Alright, now let's see if Sorry can get the bone coaster for the jump.
I'm gonna play this really safe.
Not a crip
Alright.
jumper.
So, yeah, I mean, 337, considering all the slow stuff I did, you know what? It's not that bad.
Alright,
Yeah.
now all the levels left are very cool for speedrunning. Lots of crazy tech and cool speedrunning stuff. This level, there is a lot of stuff. Oh, wait, well, you can pick the propeller back up in this level, which is pretty nice. But there are a lot of tight jumps and stuff you can do to skip using the propeller in this level. And there is a boss fight with Bowser Jr., where he will be dropping bombs. But if you spin up to him and ground pound in a frame-perfect window, you are able to take away a use of 1 bomb and up to 2 bombs to be fastest. And let's see if Saria will get this. That will be in like a minute or 2.
Yeah, Bombless is a very massive time save, but it's
Very annoying.
yeah,
Very
it
difficult.
is not the most consistent thing in the world.
One thing that hasn't been mentioned yet is actually I'm playing. My game looks like it's like a really weird resolution, but there's actually a reason why my game looks like this.
Oh yeah, so Sorry is playing in a 4:3 aspect ratio, which, when the map was scrolling over to the airship level, it actually saved 2 seconds there because, like part of the screen is cut off and it's moving vertically. So essentially, it'll like load the airship faster, and you can get to move a lot quicker. Risky first.
That was scary, actually. Okay. That's
Oh.
pretty good.
Yeah, this screw does not work. I'm convinced.
I think it kind of just chooses to work half the time or not. But now we are going to be entering the boss fight. Damn, I'm talking like as slasher spells. That's crazy.
Co-commentators being very rude to everyone right
Yeah,
now.
so this trick is, I think it's frame perfect, right?
Yeah, 0
Yeah.
to 2 frames.
So I'm gonna be going for it. It doesn't lose time to go for it the way I do. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna get it because I don't have it set up or anything.
So the reason this is possible is because Bowser Jr. not only moves horizontally, but he moves
that's
very
not cool.
slowly and in a vertical fashion as well.
Yeah,
And
he
if you grab
he
down,
oscillates
it's
up and down.
Yo!
Oh! That was basically an optimal single bombless. So that right there saved a lot of time because that hit particularly takes a long time to
That
get.
saved around 10 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think Sub-Hour's looking very good now.
Okay, so now it is time for the new strat. Just dropped literally
Yeah,
yesterday.
so there's a 10-second time save that was found a little bit ago, but it was like they wanted to show it off in the task, so it wasn't really formally known about until yesterday. So I'll probably try it, but the odds that I get it are extremely low.
Essentially, what you have to do is you have to spin towards Bowser in a precise window in which he spits out a fireball that breaks a specific amount of blocks, where you can crouch into a 1-block gap, uncrouch so it starts pushing you into a wall, and then you can jump above the castle stage and skip the whole entire fireball section.
Yeah,
But it is
so-
very inconsistent, so sorry, I
okay.
most likely will not get it, but there is a chance.
yeah, it requires the spin window for it is around 6 frames, and because Sari's been experiencing some input delay, it is very likely that he will not get it.
We can hope.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
run's
Wait.
honestly been minus that getting hit in 6-3. This run's been going about as good as it can so far.
I
Is
would
this
agree
a
with
48 or 49 pace run?
It's like blood
if I I could definitely get a 48 this run.
That's pretty good.
So this will be unless something extraordinarily catastrophic happens in this level, I should be able to go well underestimate.
Leaderboard PB.
True, valid run PB.
True.
But yeah, there's just so much stuff that could have gone better. Actually, there's actually not that much. It's just the 6-3 mistake now that I think about it. So
Yeah, very unfortunate victory mistake, but pretty good overall. Everywhere else.
All right.
yeah, so I still have a backup propeller. So if something goes bad
Yes,
here,
that
I
is
still have a
good.
backup.
Kinga Bowser time.
So long, King Bowser, as they would say.
Yeah, so
That is you. Kinga Bowser is about to be absolutely defeated, hopefully,
I'm gonna play this safe.
by our good old pal, Saria_100.
So yeah, here's the Bowser fight. This is the first part of it. This is really, really easy as long as your spin doesn't get dropped for a year, which did not happen to me, luckily.
And
So-
no way, we saved Peach. GG.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's it.
That's time ended right there 100% of the time.
Yeah, man, definitely ended.
New world record.
Now, I don't
my
That
know
God.
wouldn't
about
even be
you
a
guys.
world record.
I don't know about you
Wanna-
guys, but I'm feeling quite hungry right now.
We need to get the new meal strat incoming.
Yeah,
So-
I could use a nice meal right now.
If I hit this would probably be the most impressive thing ever. I've done in a
Meal
marathon.
standing for makes escape a lot faster. Very precise trick. That might be good.
Yeah, that looks good, honestly.
Oh! You gotta get momentum.
No, I messed up.
Oh.
He got the fireball shot, which is the hardest part.
And now I have to do this, which is really scuffed. So
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, if I got there, that would have been really cool, but I
Slash.
didn't get the momentum
Yeah.
I needed.
But that third fireball is very annoying, but you can play it a little safe while losing the second by making
I probably should have done
damage.
that, but
That is
so
what
yeah, this is a very slow fireballs, but I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get it.
this is escape is very scuffed if you miss that. Fortunately, there is a prop back here.
Now
here's
we'll
the
just
ending.
be speed running, jumping, weaving, bobbing, and spinning for the rest of the run. And it is nearly
Yeah,
over.
Time is coming up, by the way.
Yes, time is when he lands on the big orange switch below the real Peach. Although I believe the old Peach was much cuter.
And time.
Oh!
Okay, so if I had not gone for the new strat there, I would have gotten a 48, but I don't really care. I'm happy with it. I almost got it if I just had someone random, but whatever.
Yeah, GG's to
6
sorry, that was a
minutes
very
under
nice-
time. That was
So yeah,
really
that was. So yeah, fun fact. Before this run started, I was practicing for like an hour, and I was having extreme input delay issues, but for some reason, I guess I just disappeared, and I didn't have any bad inputs throughout the run, so I am very, very thankful for that.
RNG was on your side with the input delays.
Yeah, so I feel like that this run went, honestly, pretty good.
Yes,
Obviously...
GG's to sorry on that run. Commentators might be starving to death, but it is okay.
Yes, no meal strat for us. But big GG's to Saria. That was a very, very clean run.
Yeah, so one big mistake in 6-3 that I definitely could have avoided, but you know what? I'm happy.
Saria failed to put dinner on our plates tonight, but it's okay.
I got a bumless hit. I'll take that.
He did get the bumless.
Not a bum.
So yeah, thank you for having me. This is my third run on this marathon, and I'm happy with how I'm happy. It was fun.
Thank you for having us. This was pretty
thanks.
cool.
Yes, this was
I believe this is the first time this run was shown in the marathon.
Yeah, this category is kind of hated amongst the community, but
Because of the Fred the Goomba trick, but their taskers are looking into external applications to check the RNG beforehand, to check your RNG seed, and actually provide perfect RNG for everything possible.
That would be very nice.
So this category might have more activity in the upcoming years, so that is something to definitely look out for.
Yes. And
aside from that 6-3 mistake, I'd say this run was almost like there wasn't really any major mistakes throughout this run, other than that mistake, of course.
yes, and the Picosa level 2-4 I would say went very well.
Yeah,
All Picosa levelers.
that World 2 was actually really, really good, except for 2-1. I didn't go for the fast jump, so that World 2 was basically perfect.
Yeah, I
honestly.
believe leaving World 2, was on par with my PB, which is quite crazy.
Yeah. One thing that we never mentioned during the run was that I'm actually playing on a Family Edition Wii. So the Wii has the regular Wii with GameCube ports and GameCube controller support, and then they released a one later down the line that does not have either of those. But they buffed the disk drive, which loads the game faster. So this is the fastest way of playing the game.
Yes. Although for some categories that it's not relevant due to being retimed without the loads.
Yeah, this category is one of them, but because Marathon focuses on real time, and I wanted to focus on real time, I opted to play on it anyway.
Sorry, I'm not even trying to get the credits world record for coins.
Nope, this song's a banger though.
Not a creditor.
So yeah. I hope anybody who does this run in a future marathon will have as good a run as I did.
Yes. It is actually a pretty fun category once you get out of the World 1 too.
True.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite category in the game. I played a few of them, but this is definitely my favorite mainly because of the length, and it honestly plays a lot of really cool levels. Like World 6 is really hard, but it's also really fun and cool. So anybody who's ran this game and has played any %, I'd highly recommend playing this category next if you haven't already.
Yes. Once again, GG's to Sorry on that very nice run.
Yeah,
Just
I'm happy.
destroying the estimate.
By a
so-
large sum of 6 seconds. Minutes, not seconds. I am very
6
literate
seconds.
with my voice.
Yeah, 6 seconds. Made it for his LM run.
Hey, my Ellen run was underestimate.
Oh,
Wario World?
Yeah, I missed that one by like 7 seconds.
Carrying the estimated time.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this run as well. I had a lot of fun playing. I was honestly really afraid the input delay was gonna make me play extremely bad, but the input delay decided to leave me alone for this one run. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this run. I mean, not much else to say that Kevin already said.
Quite a banger.